SEC Volunteers taking on the 23rd ranked team in the land, the TCU Horned Frogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Volunteers will kick it away first. On the move from inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Line gets set, first down. Give to the running back. Across the 25, he's got room. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need it.
Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big game. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run it.
Now, a couple of times historically that the SEC has reached into the Big 12 during an expansion era, and the Big 12 would love to land a blow on the field here in this one.
Yeah, I think there probably is some of that with the Big 12. A lot of these teams, they used to be in our conference, and you've kind of ruined what we had built. So we got a chance now to make a dent in this, to show you, like, we're not just your, like, little recruiting system and little farm team, Jesse. Like, we're a real conference that wants to come out and make a statement.
I agree, David. I think the Big 12 throughout the years here recently has done a good job reloading and bringing in good quality programs with a lot of talented football players and those wide open up-tempo.
Fires deep toward the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming.
Oh, and the offense just not able to come up with that. You knew that was going to be a bang-bang play, right? They're taking a shot into the end zone. That's going to have to meet a contested catch on the back end, but he wasn't able to come up with it because of the hit.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
The defense was obviously ready for that play. They've obviously been watching film. They know that that pass play is one of the bread and butter plays this offense has, so nice job defending.
They were on the move. The two straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires left. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
It's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with this.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. On the option. Now the pitch. And the fourth option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Reads it, fires complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Offenses don't like being in these situations. They don't like having little success on 1st and 2nd down because now you know I got to pass the football. I got to air it out. Makes me really predictable. So let's make sure you take care of the football and find those plays you really like.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Wants to throw. It's Stevenson. He'll try to do it himself. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Got it past the marker. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the 1st down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Running back searching for a hole. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. I'm sure the play is complex, but it doesn't involve the official also throwing a flag in the middle of it. 1st and 25. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this movie there if I were allowed to push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead around the outside.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you can tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Stevenson. Got his man to the left. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. The Vols will punt it away on 4th down. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And
There's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, oh, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. He rifles one deep to the left, and he intercepts it. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 20. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown ball! This D gave them exactly what they needed, not only with a stop, but with a touchdown.
Yeah, and finding ways to impact the game early in the game, just make impact plays, right? The defense wants to create sacks, create turnovers. Great job creating the turnover and getting points off of it.
And the extra point makes it 7-3.
That makes the score Tennessee 7, TCU 3.
They're just about ready to kick it away.
Set to kick off.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Unloads to the wideout. And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He's got great speed. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing.
Hit the afterburners, kid. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete. After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. The play action fake. He'll take a shot. And he's got it! Touchdown, Volunteers!
Touchdown.
And you want these guys that can take the top off of defense. It changes the way they're going to play coverage on you, and he does it right here. Just runs by the DB. He had no chance to try to catch up with him. Makes the big play down the field. And this will change the way you play defense against this guy the rest of the game.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
You know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
You want to end a play quickly, get in the backfield that fast, get to the guy, and get him on the ground. Nice job penetrating right from the snap, getting off the ball so quick, penetrating the backfield and making something happen.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He wants to go deep. And he makes the catch at the 25. Flips the field in an instant, and he has it down to the 25-yard line.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw.
Unleashes one deep. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, TCU! The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close that drive going to the air for the final few inches and the score. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. You want to talk about answering each other's score. That's what we have going on right now, Jesse.
Yep.
Oh, they knock it free. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
As a defender, you love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
On 1st down, here comes this offense. Wide out in motion. From the gun, the give, looking for room. Knocked down at the 27 after a pickup of 5.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw, using his feet to buy time. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. Really good patience and recognition. And how about the tight end just finding the hole and settling and waiting until the quarterback saw it?
And the play completely changes. Once my QB gets outside the pocket, I got to see it, and I got to...
Touchdown, Horned Frogs! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
First down for this offense. Leaves it with the back. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Second down coming up. From the gun, they'll try the middle. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Working that left side now. That'll be enough for the 1st down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Going up top on first down. Unleashes one. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
They'll use the running game on first and goal. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, second down coming. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Can the D deny them on second and goal? DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Looking for the end zone on second and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of pay dirt. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. On third and goal. They'll go with a direct snap. Touchdown, Tennessee! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground, take the lead going into the half, take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Texas A&M is putting on a show offensively. Feels like they've been gigging them since the first whistle. They're up by 26 over Buffalo. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. TCU has it back in the Horned Frogs go on offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. He'll let one go down the right side. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Really good job when this play went off script, and that's the job of a tight end. Find the soft spot and stay in the quarterback's field of vision.
Yeah, and it's just frustrating to play this kind of style of quarterback. It's always going to extend the play, make it harder on you as a defense. You got to guard longer in the back end, and just did a nice job getting outside the pocket and getting into the big fella at tight end.
Quarterback checking the play. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Just enough time for one final play in this half. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. Never a doubt. And they'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away.
To advance on the football.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. And the Volunteers want to move quickly. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. At midfield, he's got room. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. They'll give it to the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking downfield, it's Stevenson. Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be 3rd down.
That is a tremendous job by the defender on that play because when the ball was thrown, his head was turned around. He was watching the receiver, quickly spun the head, turned his shoulder, located the ball, and then knocked it down.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. A run for the quarterback. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
Well, it wasn't a lack of effort by the quarterback there on that design run. He tried to stretch out and get the first, just couldn't quite make it.
And the Vols will snap it on 1st and 10. Quickly complete. Open space at the 25. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. The give to the back. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. The give to the back. And he was running with authority, especially with that stiff arm for a solid gain on the play. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. They'll try to run for it. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. The Volunteers want to pick up the tempo. The give and the run on 4th down. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Vols!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And they kick it through for the extra point, and they have an 8-point lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Ready to fire from the pistol. They'll try the run. And makes the tackle at the 23 after he got 10.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
It's first down from their own 23-yard line. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. At the 35, he's got room. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He's looking to throw it. Quarterback strolling away from heat. He's looking on the right side. Oh, what a grab by the defense. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity. First and 10. They'll leave it with him. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Got his man on the right. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. Looking to push the pace with the no-huddle.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
I tell you what, I don't know if I'm going to try him much more. Goodness gracious, you can tell he's ready for what he's seeing. Second interception. I would not throw near that guy anymore. You might want to try the other side of the field.
Power football with the run. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the run. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside. And David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Tennessee 28, TCU 20.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. At the 35, he's open. Oh, look out, there he goes. The 20, the 10. Touchdown Volunteers. And once he got loose, it was all over. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
20.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20.
Take over. First and 10.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
They want to throw it. They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out! Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again, and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
And it's picked off for the third time today. Oh, he would have loved to pick up a few more yards on that return, but they've still got it at the 31.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter, everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
The give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if they're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. The give, and tick, 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 tick. Off he goes. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Tennessee. And the pummeling has started. Now they've got a little breathing room after that score, and a Week 6 victory is in the offing, it appears. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot, that he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
He'll call for the fair catch here. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here.
It's complete. A huge pickup. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Big play like that to open a drive just builds the confidence. Now first down from the 46. Looking to move it through the air. He fires one deep down the right side. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He was fighting to make sure he fell down in the field to play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Vols will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. Will send its offense back onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, moving behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
And after the incompletion on 1st down, this offense looking at 2nd down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Fires to the tight end. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. And the Horned Frogs are in the hurry-up. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job.
He caught it. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up 1st and goal.
This is an offense that has skill, and they've got speed, and because of that, this defense, they can't lull themselves to sleep. They've got a big lead here late, but they've now given up back-to-back big plays. They got to put the clamps down.
1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Fires into the end zone. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. And the Volunteers get it past the sticks.
Yeah, they've had a day. And it's the complete and total offense. They got the ground going, and obviously this is why you see him. You're going to feature him because he can churn those legs, get those extra yards, but they've had balance, throwing for touchdowns. Like, this offense has been very complete today, and that's why they're winning so big.
He has the 1st and still on his feet. And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it.
There's an example of the offense taking advantage of all the attention the defense is giving this outstanding running back. Remember, he's one of the best in the game. They're expecting him to get the football. So the quarterback says, you know what? I'll just keep it. No one's keying on me. I'm going to get upfield and find an explosive play.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Gonna take a shot at this DB. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Back to pass, it's Stevenson. He's gonna fire deep. Grabs it inside the 15. Touchdown Vols! And the stomping has commenced. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead.
They fake it, and the kicker's looking to pass. He makes the grab in the end zone. They must have seen something on film as they turn the fake into the two-point conversion. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
First down, TCU.
The Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll go to the ground. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All three phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.